Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So today I'm going to do one of my 100-day mixed media, I think it's a 100-day project and it's mixed media portraits. And I did something a little bit different in this one. I just laid down some inks, nothing too over the top. I just did just a very light wash. I put some red over here and I just put some blue, and it's this, acrylic inks. And I just let it dry, okay? I am going to pull up all the portraits that I have done thus far of my 100-day project, mixed media portraits, and I am gonna show you guys, but my studio, you guys, is an absolute raging mess, okay? I have boxes that I have not unpacked for I don't know how long, and I'm trying to go through them. And it's just, yeah, I really need to take a week and just go through like all my stuff. But once I get my studio under control, I am going to show you guys like all the mixed media portraits that I've done, because it has really taught me so much. It has caused me to step outside my comfort zone. So basically, when I started, I wanted to push my values. I wanted to explore my values. I wanted to learn more. It was all about values, values, values. I wasn't thinking so much about color. I just wanted to focus on the values. And right over here, strangely enough, is just one of my mixed media portraits. And now what I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, I think this started off being very value based, and then I went in and I added some colors. And as you can see over here, like I put some turquoise in the inner part of the eye, like the part that the push part, and I put like this bright pop of red. I'm just experimenting, and generally this kind of a reddish pink color, I wouldn't put it over here because that's kind of a push part. It goes like back, it recedes in space. But I'm kind of like at the point now where I'm kind of like playing around with like, okay, I know the rule, but like I'm gonna try to break it, okay, see what happens. And I really love it over there, which is strange. It was kind of a surprise for me. I wasn't expecting to, because normally I would put like an ultramarine blue over here. So I'm just like really trying to push my colors. And it's been a really interesting journey, and a very it has taught me so much. So I'm gonna put this aside. And basically what I'm gonna do now is I am gonna do my 100-day project mixed media portrait, but I am not going to focus so much on my values. Like I'm not gonna put, like, a few days ago I posted like a value map, and those are super helpful. It's a cheat code, it's like so handy, but I'm not gonna do that, you guys. I am gonna go straight for the color, okay? I'm just gonna do what just makes me happy, okay? Like I don't care if it makes sense. I just, I'm just gonna do what delights my soul, okay? So I'm just gonna do a very quick sketch here, and I'm not like, what I'm going for is I'm going for emotion. I'm going for like this feeling of, I've been looking at a lot of Van Gogh's portraits, and it's very humbling, you guys, because it's like, oh my god. Yeah, it's just, and this one portrait, I posted it in my the part where I can post pictures, and I don't want to butcher the name because it is a French name of the lady, but reportedly he painted that in under an hour, and he uses like a lot of greens, which is just mind-boggling to me, because using green on skin and making it look like natural is yeah, it's quite a task, okay? But he was doing psychological portraits, and it's just so fascinating because you can kind of get a feeling of her personality like all these years later, okay? So it's just really interesting to me. Anyways, I am just gonna go for what makes me happy. I don't care if it makes sense. And that's a good starting point, It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do what makes me happy. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of place the eyes here, and So what I'm gonna do straight off the bat is I'm gonna go for blue, okay? I just wanna go for the blue right here. I'm just feeling it. I have been experimenting with greens, you guys, but honestly, it's so tricky for me. Like maybe for other people, it may not be, I don't know, but I know like portraits and greens, that's just a very tricky kind of a thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick to my blue for now. I might get adventurous later and add some yellow to the mix. And then I feel kind of like, okay, I feel a little bit safer, right? Because I'm okay, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm using my blue. I know the blue, and then I'm gonna add the yellow. Rather than going straight for the green, if that makes sense. And I am gonna put some tea bags. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put some tea bags in the hair, but what I wanna do right now is I just wanna start laying down some colors. I'm feeling like very color kind of overtaking me, I guess. So I want yellows. I do want yellow. And I've talked about this particular yellow, you guys. This is called King's Gold, and it's matte, not gloss or any other kind of finish. And it is apple barrel, and it's a cheap paint. It's under $2. You can find it in the craft store at like Walmart, okay? And it's a really delicious gold. Like I have a watercolor schminky paint that for this small of a tube, you guys, it must be like 30 bucks or something, and it is a delicious gold. I've been using it for years. I love it. But this gold, well, it's not gold. This yellow rivals the schminky yellow in so many ways, and it's so cheap, you know? So when I'm doing like a portrait like this, I'm like, yeah, I can totally use this, you know? See, now the Stabilo pencil, it's blue, so it might, you know, see, I'm picking up some of the blue, so I am gonna get some greens. And this is a safer way of me working, like when I'm not ready to kind of all out go, yeah, I'm just, you know, I wanna use greens, so I'm just gonna get a green from a tube, you know. This is like a little bit of a safer way of me working because I know the blues and I know this yellow, so I'm like, okay, I can mix the blue and yellow, right? It's just a little kind of a cheap thing. Just like a psychological cheat code, so like I don't, you know, I'm like, okay, I feel a little more comfortable. And also too, I did another video, you guys, I don't remember what it was, and I mistakenly thought that, you know, like I can't remember what the video was, but I mistakenly thought like a blue is a blue, you know, and if a blue reacts this way with A, it's gonna react this way with B. And while I was making the video, I found out like, no, that's actually not true. Colors are very particular, and just because something works with one thing, like okay, let me be more specific. Like just say this blue works with, you know, this yellow. It may not work with another yellow. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So color is it's very finicky. And, you know, different colors have different undertones and all of those things. And most of the time, you guys, I try not to concern myself too much with that because it's just a lot of information. And okay, so I really don't know how this is kind of okay, I'm just gonna kind of go like so, drag some of that into here. And now I'm kind of feeling like I want to drop some inks in here. And let's see, just kind of go like so. Okay, you guys, this looks very kind of, you know, I don't know. It looks a bit, I don't know. I really don't know what the word is for it. It looks a bit like it doesn't look, let me see. What am I trying to say here? It looks, interesting. That wasn't quite the word I was looking for, but it's gonna have to do for now. Okay, so I'm going full on color, and I'm gonna let this kind of dry because I don't want it to, you know, I don't want it to like, I want it to retain the color. I don't want it to gray up, and when too many colors get mixed up, they can kind of gray up, you know, they can turn into a neutral, and I don't really want that right now. But okay, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see where this goes, and I'm kind of excited to see how this pans out. Anyways, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.